Hello friends and family from around the world, this is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on January 13th, 2022. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Do, giving you an update on space weather, earthquakes, and as well world weather. Looking here the last 48 hours on the sun, as we did have those two backside solar flares, and as well as CME directed, not at an Earth-facing direction. Having a look here, last 48 hours, incoming. You can see on the top right side there, large flaring from the backside of the sun. Plasma filament erecting from it, shooting out of it actually. Amazing imagery here, looking at outgoing. A little plasma tornado there in the middle of the sun forming. And as well, the sunspot on the left-hand side did release a C-class solar flare. Again, not in an Earth-facing direction. Quick closer look at that plasma filament. As well, looking at multi-spectrum. WAP. That was a very large solar flare the other day. Luckily, that was not in an Earth-facing direction. And we do have an Earth-facing coronal hole right now, which will be increasing our solar wind speeds between now and the next 24 hours. Looking at ISWA space prediction, you can see that CME shot out towards stereo B. Solar X-ray flux is in B to C class range and has been since yesterday. Geomagnetic activity remains low. Real-time solar wind sitting at 367 kilometers per second after being jacked up over 500 today. Up and down, being smacked around by some space weather today. Having a look at LASCO 2, this is the last 3 days for imagery, showing all of the events that our sun has thwarted. That one was very big on the 12th. So again, lucky none of these events were in an Earth-facing direction. Still some amazing imagery coming from Solar Dynamics Observatory. Schumann resonance for today, a power of 9. Not much to report here. Quality of 11.4, power of 9. Let's have a look at earthquakes here. The last 24 hours, we're sitting up over 400 quakes across the USGS map. It may not look like it here. It's because most of them were in California, as we do have an earthquake swarm happening in Anza, California. There's been about 150 earthquakes in this region since a large 3.9 yesterday and another one today. 3.2 there as well, Oregon. Quick look at USGS showing you the swarm, exactly where it is. Anza, La Quinta, California. And that is not the San Andreas fault line, it's the Quinta fault line. As well as something I wanted to point out here are the earthquakes around Yellowstone. Now, this is just the last 24 hours. I'm just going to quick here get it to the last 7 days because most of the activity has been in the last 24 hours. All of these earthquakes here around Yellowstone, minor at that, but still quite a few of them. Very numerous. North side, northwest side, and south of Yellowstone Lake. So heads up, stay safe, aware, and prepared, everybody. Just keeping humanity in the know. Having a look here over Hawaii, largest through today was a 2.9. Quick look at the caldera as it is still filling up. And that cone is getting bigger on the bottom right there. Carry on with earthquakes here. Activity continuing through Alaska, Adak, Alaska, 5.1 there today, and as well a 5.0 4.2 here in Stary, Russia, 10-kilometer depth, as well as 4.4 in Kurilsk, Russia, 4.7 southern Japan, as well minor activity here through Sofifi, Indonesia, and as well Timor-Leste. Quiet through Fiji and Caledonia, Kermadec, only reporting one here through New Zealand, 4.4. As well, a 4.9 here reported Easter Island region. Looking through Central America here, 4.6 Costa Rica today. As well, Guatemala, 4.1 and 4.2. 3.9 here, Cruz Bay, U.S. Virgin Islands. South America, activity coming back. 5.0 there in Copipa, Chile, as well as San Antonio de los Cobros, seeing a 4.3. 4.5 there in Libu, Chile. Carry on here over into Europe. Pretty rare earthquake here in Rudna, Poland, 10-kilometer depth, as well as 4.1 to report in Kyriakos, Greece. 4.2 earthquake here as well, Farkar, Afghanistan, 217-kilometer depth. That is the deepest earthquake the last 24 hours. Largest was the 5.1 in Alaska. Quick look here at the last 7 days for earthquakes. Major activity through Alaska. And as well through Greece. Increased activity through California, as noted. Pretty busy across the planet the last 7 days. Let's have a look at the forecast here. 5-day forecast brought to you by Meteor-Earth and as well Daily Events Worldwide. Starting out here, home base Ontario, as we do have a deep freeze coming in and will be moving in tomorrow. But it's going to be dry pretty much until Sunday, Monday, until we get this big weather system coming in from the southeast United States. It's going to race up the seaboard here and most likely bring about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow to south and eastern Ontario as it continues up the coastline. Strong winds, heavy snowfall towards Montreal, as well Newfoundland in the long range up into Tuesday. But they've also got this to deal with. A big low pressure system off the coast of Carolinas right now. It's going to be racing up the seaboard, bringing strong winds, rain, and snow across Newfoundland. So heads up, stay safe, my Newfoundland friends. You do have a very big storm on the doorstep and another one coming for Tuesday. High pressure ridge building in for long range Alberta, but you do have some snow coming to southern parts of Alberta. Looking at Monday into Tuesday. And cold temperatures to follow behind there again, as polar vortex is still pretty dominant right now. Overlooking the Atlantic. Big high pressure ridge helping to race that system up into Newfoundland. As well, a pretty tight and low millibar low pressure system here off the coast of Africa. High pressure ridge for Western Europe, Eastern Europe. You still have that big low joining forces with other low pressure systems. A lot of snow accompanied over the next few days for Eastern Europe. Watch for a little whippersnapper here. It could be blizzard-like conditions for parts of Western Russia. Overlooking Asia and Russia. No major weather systems to talk about, except for the cold. Overlooking the West Pacific here. Systems still joining forces. Overlooking Indonesia, Malaysia. Daily evaporation rains. Could be heavy later on in the week there. Long atmospheric line of moisture running across Indonesia. And then overlooking Australia, you've got Tropical Cyclone Tiffany. Look at this forecast here, heading out to the middle of the continent. Looks like this thing is racing all around Australia. But watch for it to bring rain to southeastern parts later in the week. And it looks like Tropical Cyclone Cody is going to miss New Zealand. Long-range forecast could see a pretty big system here developing east of Fiji. Overlooking the East Pacific, no major weather systems affecting Hawaii. South America, daily evaporation rains are going to be pretty heavy here through Argentina and border with Chile, and as well extreme heat ahead of it. So watch for extreme weather conditions through Argentina. Overlooking the African continent, low pressure system still spinning around southern parts, and as well lots of moisture here through southeastern, right up into Somalia. Heavy rains. Going to leave you here looking at the southern hemisphere versus the northern. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and welcome all of the new members and as well the new followers to this channel. Thank you so much for your support and for tuning in. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your daily dew. Bye-bye now. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.